Hare Krishna. So today we'll see the pastime of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So let us first tell his pranam mantra. Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate. Means we are offering obeisances to Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, whose name is Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and he is said as Gaura Shakti Swarupaya. That is, he is the embodiment of the spiritual spark of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Rupanuga Varayate. Varayate means he is the best among the Rupanugas. That is, Rupanugas means who follow in the footsteps of Srila Rupa Goswami. So let us see some childhood pastimes of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. It is said his parents' names were Ananda Chandra Datta and Jagat Mohini Devi. And Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, it is said that when he was 2 years, he started reciting poems. And when he was 6 years, he started reading Mahabharata and Ramayana. And when he was 9 years, he knew astrology. And when he was 10 years, he wanted to inquire about the absolute truth, that is about Lord Krishna. And when he was 11 years old, his father expired. And when he was 12 years old, it is said that he was married to a girl who was 5 years old. Her name was Shamani. In those days, childhood marriages were allowed. So he was married to Shamani, and after some time, the first wife, she expired. Then he was later married to another lady. Her name was Bhagavati De. So with the first wife, he had a son named Achyutananda, and with the other wife, he had 8 sons and 5 daughters. I'll just read out their names. They were Achyutananda, Radhika Prasad, Kamala Prasad, Vimala Prasad, Bharada Prasad, Lalita Prasad, Biraja Prasad, Shailaja Prasad. These were the 8 sons, and the 5 daughters were Saudamini, Kadambini, Krishna Vinodini, Sham Sarojini, Hari Pramodini. You may wonder why I am telling you the names of the children of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. The reason is because those days they would name their children not like Rinku, Pinku, Tinku, but they would name them so that in such a way that they remember the names of Lord Krishna while calling their child's name. For example, Krishna Jivani, Draupadi, like that they would while calling their child's name, they would remember the names of the Lord. So this is how the family of Bhakti Vinod Thakur was. And I would like to tell you some more childhood pastimes of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. When he was young, just in his neighborhood there was a tree with very juicy fruits. So he wanted to eat those fruits. But what happened, near that tree there were many ghosts. So he was afraid to go there. So one day he went and told to his friend's mother that I want to eat those juicy fruits, but there are ghosts over there. I am afraid to go over there. So the friend's mother said, my dear child, you don't have to be worried. You just take the names of Lord Ram and all the ghosts will run away. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur, as a young child, he went over there near the tree. While he was picking the fruits from the tree, he started chanting Ram, Ram, Ram. He started chanting the names of Lord Ram, and he picked the fruits, and he was not at all afraid. From that time itself, he had lot of faith in the name of Lord Ram. And then as he started growing, he was very intelligent, and he completed his education, and he was so intelligent that he was appointed in the British government as a magistrate. Initially he was a teacher in different places, in different schools, and then later he became a magistrate. Now when he was being a teacher in different places, he was transferred to different places. So once he was transferred to a place called Champarana in Bihar. Over there, another tree was there, and that tree was occupied by a ghost. So all the people nearby were afraid to go near the tree because that ghost was causing disturbance to all the people. So all of them went and expressed to Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Bhakti Vinod Thakur said, don't worry. He just called one girl. He said, you go and sit below the tree and read Srimad Bhagavatam very loudly below the tree. So that girl, on the instructions of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, she sat below the tree and she started reading Srimad Bhagavatam very loudly every day. What happened after 1 month? By the time she completed reading Bhagavatam, when she was in the last pages, that time there was a big sound. That whole tree broke down, and the ghost, he got liberated, because the ghost also heard Srimad Bhagavatam, and the ghost got liberated, and everyone was happy. This way, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he proved the importance of reading Srimad Bhagavatam, that how the even the ghost will get liberated. So this was one pastime. Now I would like to tell you a pastime about a bogus yogi. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, when like he was a magistrate, that time there was a bogus yogi of the name Bishik Sen, and he considered himself to be Mahavishnu. He would tell everyone, I am Mahavishnu, I have come from the milk ocean, and this is Brahma, this is my companion Brahma, and this is Shiva. We all have come to liberate all of you. And this way he would go on calling all of them. And not only that, he would tell, sometimes he would show yogic powers. Actually, he had yogic powers, and he had this big beard and long matted hair, and he would show yogic powers such a way that sometimes he would sit in blazing fire, and he'll show that, see, nothing is affecting me. And this way people were afraid to go near him. And what he did is, one day he said that today it is Purnima, and he said all the young girls should come, and I will perform Ras Leela with these girls. So what happened, this news went into the government. At that time, since Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur was a magistrate, all the government people went to Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, who was not afraid of anything. So they went to him and said, can you please look into this case? Can you please solve this case? So Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he sent some policemen with an arrest warrant to arrest this bogus yogi Bishik Sen. So when the police went over there, Bishik Sen, he came to know that these police are coming. So what happened, the heads of the police, they started falling down. Through his yogic powers, he was killing those police. So everybody was afraid to go near Bishik Sen. That time Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he himself took the arrest warrant and took the handcuffs, and he went to Bishik Sen and he said, come on, you are under arrest and I am going to arrest you. You are going to be put in life imprisonment. So he said, oh, I am, you don't know, I am Mahavishnu. See, this only happens when this is one of my leelas. I am Mahavishnu, I have come from the milk ocean. I have come for what? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. I have come to establish dharma, and see, you are putting me in the prison. Bhakti Vinod Thakur did not listen to whatever he wanted to say. He just arrested him, and while arresting him, he was chanting the names of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This shows how Bhakti Vinod Thakur was not afraid of anyone, because he had faith in the holy name. So he arrested Bishik Sen and he put him in prison. Now what Bishik Sen said is, because you are arresting me, just see what will happen to your family. Just see what will happen to you. All of you will be destroyed. Bhakti Vinod Thakur did not care for him. And at home, that day when Bhakti Vinod Thakur went, when Bhakti Vinod Thakur got fever, and his children, all the children, they were suffering. Some were vomiting, some had diarrhea. They all were suffering the whole night. So the wife, that is Bhagavati De, she came and told Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, please release this man. Why you want to? Our whole family is under trouble. And not only that, even the local people, they also were suffering. They also had problems, because this Bishik Sen, he had yogic powers. He was causing trouble to all the people, so that he will be released. That time Bhakti Vinod Thakur told his wife, just chant the names of Krishna. So the whole night they chanted Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Continuously they chanted. And you know what happened? In the morning, all of them were all right. All the children, everybody was all right. And there was this court person who found out that these yogic people, they have powers in their hair. So what they did is, when this Bishik Sen was walking towards the court, he took a pair of scissors and he cut the matted hair of this Bishik Sen. That time he lost all his powers, and it is said in some places that because he lost his power, he took poison and he killed himself. In some places, it is said that after some time he was dead. So this is how the bogus yogi was defeated by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Another pastime of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur I would like to tell is his Guru Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. He told him to find out the place where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born. That is why Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he requested his officials and he took a transfer to a place called Krishna Nagar. So he was transferred there. So along with his son, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was staying in Rani Dharamshala. And at that time he started taking different maps to study the birthplace, to find out where is the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord Krishna himself. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he took the maps and he wanted to find out. One day when he was standing in Rani Dharamshala, he saw at a distance, only he and his son could see this. He saw there a pillar of light, lot of effulgence was coming. And he asked the neighbors, are you able to see this? They said no. So he went and he asked the people over there, what is this place called? So they all said that it is Mayapur. So then he immediately got this proof, empirical proof that this is the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya. Not only that, that land, it was owned by some Muslims, and they said that this land is useless because even we go to try to cultivate different crops, but what happens, every time only tulasi plant is growing there. So we are not able to grow any other crops here. So this was the proof for Bhaktivinoda Thakur that this is the birthplace of Chaitanya. Now second proof, he started reading the scriptures. So he read Chaitanya Bhagavat, which is written by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. There he got this line where it was said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born in a place called Mayapur, which was right in the center of Navadvip. So this was another proof for him through Shastras that this is the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then third, he wanted spiritual evidence. He got empirical evidence through maps, and second he got evidence through scriptures. Now he wanted spiritual evidence. So for this he called Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, who was it is said that he was around more than 130 years old at that time. At that time he was carried by Bihari in a basket, and even to see outside they had to open his eyes. He was very weak because of the age, but he was constantly chanting. So Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj was brought by Bihari to this place. The moment Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj came to the birthplace of Chaitanya, he jumped from the basket and he said, Yehi to Nimai Janmasthan. This is the place where Nimai was born. Who is Nimai? Nimai is the name of Lord Chaitanya. When he was a child, his name was Nimai because he was born under a neem tree. So this was the spiritual evidence, and having all these evidences, Bhaktivinoda Thakur started digging the place with all other people. And when they dug the place, they got a beautiful deity of Adhokshaja Vishnu, which is said to be worshipped by Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata, who are the parents of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this was archaeological evidence. So this way he got all the evidence to find out the birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And you know what Bhaktivinoda Thakur did? He wanted to construct a temple over there. This place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born, it is Yoga Peeth. So he wanted to construct a temple over there. So for that he went to every house in Navadvip and he begged for donation. They used to give him 1 paisa, somebody gave him 5 paisa, somebody gave him 10 paisa, and somebody would give him 50 paisa, he'll say, oh thank you so much, you have given such a big donation. And if somebody would give him 1 rupee, he'll say, oh thank you so much. It's because in those days 50 paisa and 1 rupee was a big value. So then he would thank everyone. He collected that money and he constructed a beautiful temple at the place called at this Yoga Peeth. And once one of his sons was very sick. He had chronic disease. At that time, there was no cure. All the doctors said he will not be cured. At that time, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, he told, just tell your son to roll in the dust of Yogapeeth, he'll be all right. So the son was told to roll in the dust of Yogapeeth, and that son was cured. So this was the discovery of Yogapeeth. And then I would like to tell you about his character, how he was not at all afraid of anyone. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he found out when he was in Jagannath Puri. As I said, he was transferred at different places. When he was in Jagannath Puri, he found that the king of Puri had stolen 80,000 rupees from Jagannath Puri temple. So the moment he found this, he was not afraid of the king. So he went and told the king that, why don't you sponsor for 52 times meals for Lord Jagannath every day. So this way he wanted to take away the money from the king. So the king was very angry, but still he was sponsoring. And gradually the king found that all his money was finishing. So he got very angry on Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So he wanted to kill Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So you know what he did? He called 30 pandits, and he called 50 pandits, and he arranged for making a yajna, through which, he wanted to, the purpose of that yajna was going to be conducted for so many days, and the purpose of the yajna was to kill Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So after the yajna was completed, instead of Bhaktivinoda Thakur being killed, his own son was killed. The innocent heart Bhaktivinoda Thakur was not killed. So from this the king learned the lesson that Bhaktivinoda Thakur is a very great devotee. That is why when he was about to kill Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his own son got killed. So these were some of the pastimes of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We will continue some more pastimes in our next video. Hare Krishna.